Welcome to Performance Talk with your hosts, Yul Gordon and Chris Costa, where professionals discuss the latest news and developments in the profession and all areas that affect sports performance, strength and conditioning, nutrition, recovery, and much more. Listen now to your host and this week's guest, next on Performance Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Performance Talk. We're here executing our walkabout series, and we're first here at the NSCA National Strength Conditioning Coaches National Conference. So what are we doing here? Well, first of all, I'm a member. Second, what we want to do is kind of introduce the public and young professionals that maybe didn't make it this time to what we are all about here. And we're also going to talk to some other professionals while we're here and get their input and expertise on some things. So stick around, listen, watch what we're doing, and we'll kind of go from there. Coach, you didn't think he was going to get away from me, did you? Come on around on this side. Come on around on this side. So I'm just ambushing people right now. That's what I'm doing. that is what I'm doing. So come on, have a seat here so make sure we can get in here. Tell everybody who you are and why you're here.
Yeah, so my name is Coach Christy Smith-Ryan. I'm with Central Catholic High School in Portland, Oregon.
All right, nice little trip for you, huh?
Yeah, got my CSCS. So here at the NSCA, this is our national convention. Which is, where we come to obviously humble ourselves, but to learn how to be the greatest coaches on the face of the planet.
Well, we try. As many years as I've been coming here, I don't know if I've ever reached that status, but I'm doing this show now. So
I love the setup, by the way.
We've reached something. We don't really know what it is. Here's the question I'm going to ask you, and I don't try to keep you too long because I know you want to do some things. What has the NSCA meant to your career?
Oh, I can tell you in just one sentence. For me, it's the people in the place.
Okay.
Finding your tribe in life. Being a coach has always been a passion for me. I actually started in collegiate track and field coaching. Okay. But morphed into being a strength coach. And it was a simple morph because all strength coaches are just the most amazing people. So for me, it was just the people in the place, just feeling that love from day one, finding my community, finding my tribe, finding you today.
See, there we go.
This is just what we do. So just finding that love in the place for the things that I love and dream about. For my students is just phenomenal.
Well, I'm glad that you put your bags right there. And I'm glad that I got to get to you first.
Yes.
And I'm going to hand you this and invite you to our podcast.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. If you just look it up on LinkedIn, because if you text the number and I don't realize what's going on, sure. I might go bleep. Don't know what it is. I won't do it on purpose, but well, thank you for stopping by.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. And all the best of luck.
Thank you. Come on, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Come on over here. All right.
So
now I know that you're working with the NSCA, right?
Yes, sir.
I've seen you around a little bit.
Okay.
I've talked to Eric and what's the old boy's name? Scott.
Yep.
And so tell me a little bit about you and how you got to this position.
I give you the short version.
Like give me the short version.
Like the 2-minute version.
If you got 2 hours, I'll take it. But no, I'm just kidding.
I'll give you some content. So,
well, you can come back and forth. I'm not mad, but give us the short version of what you're doing here today, and what you got going on.
So, my name is Frederick Brooks. I'll give you a little bit about me. But born and raised in Lufkin, Texas. Went to a small high school. Graduated with like 85 people. Shout out to Pollock Central High School.
There you go.
Yep. Graduated with like 85 people in 2001. Went to Prairie View A&M. Shout out to the Panthers.
All right.
For a year. Was on the baseball team. I'll say I played baseball. I always say I played baseball, but I was on the team. Didn't get much playing time.
Did you go to practice?
I went to practice.
All right, you was on the baseball team.
I traveled with the team. I just didn't get a lot of playing time. So, but then 9/11 happened. So I go home, back to Lufkin. I signed up to join the Marine Corps. Went in the Marine Corps in 2002. I'm sorry. Served for 10 years. Did 2 combat tours. Was in Okinawa, Japan, California. Finished in Quantico, Virginia. Got out with honorable discharge. Went to school at George Mason University. Shout out to the Patriots, George Mason.
You getting them all in today?
I'm getting them all. Like,
there ain't no problem with that.
But went to school in George Mason. Got my degree in recreation, health, and fitness resources. Moved out to Washington State.
Okay.
So I'm in the greater Seattle area right now. I've been out there for almost 9 years. My role in the NSCA now is the state director for Washington State. But how I got there is a whole nother different story.
Well, here's what we're going to do, and we can talk about as much of it as you want.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you this card, too.
Thanks, sir.
To make sure that you contact me, and we'll try to get a time where we can get you on the podcast.
Okay.
And we can talk in depth about your story for about an hour or so.
Yeah.
But, I recognize a lot of guys that have served because I did.
Thank you for your service also.
Oh, well, but this is also a service profession.
Absolutely.
If you're not ready to give of yourself in strength and conditioning, forget about it.
Yeah.
But I know you got work to do. I appreciate you,
Thank you, sir.
Taking the ambush.
I appreciate it. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just set
you got to turn and run into it, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely give you a call. Thank you so
All right.
much.
So that's the first 2 for today. We appreciate them stopping by. It's always great to talk to new people about new things and different things because, this profession is more diverse than some people might think it is, and it's full of great people and great ideas. As much as sometimes we complain as professionals about why things are happening or what's going on, I think we sometimes forget that people are the driving force for all of this, and what that means is that people will either make the difference one way or the other. Okay, if you're with us live right now, forgive the downtime. Sometimes there is downtime because what we do is let people do what they're going to do. Okay, and then we try to catch them as they come by. We have some folks that you're going to see today or during this event that are scheduled. We think some of them are from the podcast, and we think that you're going to enjoy those who come by. So just stick around with us here for a little bit while we go ahead and try to, get things going the way we want to. Again, this is called our Walkabout series. This is Performance Talk, and we're with you live, making sure that we can give you some insight to what we got going on. Don't want me to catch you, do you? Come on over. Come on over here.
What's up?
Just jump up.
All right. Okay.
Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, I have my next victim.
Oh, man.
No. So I just grab people when they walk by.
Okay.
It's for podcast Performance Talk.
All right.
What we do is talk about all things performance.
Okay.
And we try to talk to everybody that's in the profession. We're here today at the National Convention, one, because I've been part of this performance thing the strength conditioning thing for over 25 years, but also to get to know other people and what they're doing. So tell us who you are, what you're doing, what this means to you.
My name's Christina. I am a personal trainer and a certified strength and conditioning specialist. This is my first time going to one of these conferences in person. Thank you. It's really awesome. I've been training for 4 years, so not very long.
That's
and the
okay.
more that I learn, the more that I know that I don't know. So I love going to things like this because then it just really like broadens my horizon for all things knowledge.
I think with don't forget that you probably have a lot to offer to guys, girls, people, professionals that have been at this longer than you. It's called a fresh perspective, and so So get out there, mingle, talk to people. Don't be afraid to walk up to people. I remember my first couple of conferences ever, and I just kind of shrunk around.
Sure, yeah, that's kind of a, yeah.
I didn't really want to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But look, see that guy right there? Go talk to him. He's probably got a whole bunch of stuff for you. What I'm saying is there's a bunch of older guys here and women that some you've heard of, some that you haven't. You know, we look like the old aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas walking around. You know, just go take a chance. You'll be surprised. I'm not trying to keep everybody forever today.
Sure. Yes, totally.
I appreciate you taking the challenge and running into the ambush.
Absolutely.
But have fun, enjoy yourself, learn something new.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as she takes off exit stage right, we are back at it, and we are just looking for the next person to talk to. Hopefully, we get a chance to talk to a variety of people for a variety of reasons. I'm gonna run off here and try to get somebody if we can. I'm really trying not to. Sir, I'm gonna ask you to join me for a second, if you will. Here.
Okay.
This is the podcast Performance Talk.
Okay.
My name is Yul Gordon.
Nice to meet you.
My partner in crime is Chris Costa.
Okay.
He's not here with me today. However, I do believe I have talked to you a little bit on LinkedIn or online somewhere.
Okay.
I'm familiar with your career in Missouri. I'm from Missouri.
Oh, what part?
So I went to. I'm from Lexington, Missouri.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
just
went-
off I-70.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to Missouri Valley College.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
played-
Darren Marshall.
Yep, I played ball and ran track there.
Nice.
So, and before, after that, a military career, and then I'm back here. But I get guys that are in the field, and we talk about performance and what that means. And this conference today, we're doing what we call a walkabout series, and it's just to introduce more people to what we're trying to do. And I listened to your talk earlier, and you talked about learning the language.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being willing to be out there a little bit without feeling like you were the only one. So introduce yourself to our public, to our audience, and say a little bit about yourself, and then I won't keep you too long. I know you got things to do.
Yeah, Brian Mann. I'm new at Texas A&M University. I'm going to be getting a bachelor's in conditioning going there, hoping to add some strength and conditioning into their sports physiology program. Small town kid, backwoods Oklahoma. One of the examples of upward mobility through education.
Yeah.
So grew up in a trailer with an outhouse because we couldn't afford the plumbing.
Man.
And we just kept going and kept grinding to try and make things better. Try and help people out wherever I can, when I can, and just do the right thing. That's me.
Well, one of the things about the upbringing like we had, Oklahoma, Central Missouri, the Kansas area, maybe a little bit into Arkansas.
Oh yeah, the Ozarks.
Man, you better work.
Yeah, you better. Yeah.
Or you wasn't eating.
That's right.
If you wanted to eat, you better go to work. The last question I'll ask you is if you were. Oh, by the way, I'm living in New Braunfels, Texas now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Man, down there in Music City almost.
Yeah,
so.
almost. Yep. Right around. I live literally 6 miles from Green.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's on my bucket list to go check out.
Yeah,
man.
well, if you ever get that way, let me know.
I will.
But the final question I have for you is, kind of tell our audience what a conference like this means to the profession.
Man, the conference like this, I think, means everything. And I think it means everything because of the connection that you can make. Like while we have talked on LinkedIn, I'm not going to, or Facebook or whatever it happened to be.
It was,
that doesn't create a whole lot. There's no relationship. There won't be a memory and things
Right.
that are long lasting. Versus here, I mean, I just saw Cal Dietz walk behind me and Andrea Hootie. These people that have been in the field forever. You get to talk to them. You get to create the relationship. Right. You get, it goes back to. I don't watch new movies because I've got kids and I work a ton. So right, I have not seen, other than like the last movie I saw in the theater was Frozen 2.
Right? Yeah. You've been gone a minute, man.
Yeah, I have. But it was Good Will Hunting, right? And Matt Damon's character was doing everything he could to piss off Robin Williams' character.
Right.
And Robin Williams comes back at him the next day and he's like, you might know all of this information, but you don't know what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel and what it feels like in the air to look up and see all these things.
Right.
Conversely, you don't know what it feels like. Dude, I met John Garhammer last night.
Oh, really?
I met John Garhammer, the Garhammer and Stone. I met him last night, way back at the back.
In the
I wouldn't get that if I was doing this virtually.
Right.
I wouldn't know what it feels like to have. Just making sure he's not going to bear hug me from behind or something. To have Cal come up and lift you up off the ground, or to get a hug from Hootie, to have all of these different experiences. These conferences are about the experiences, and the environment stimulates thought, stimulates creativity, stimulates connections, and that's what life is about. And you can't get that from a computer screen. I have gotten offers for so many, like, hey, I want to give you this. Entrance to this mobile virtual conference, and some of them are great friends of mine. I can't do it for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I got ADHD, but
we are. You're like me. We kind of have to be in the moment and with somebody. I do this podcast and we do it with the camera on, although we post it audio and visual.
Yeah.
But I got if I'm going to talk to you, I got to be able to see you.
Yeah.
If 100%. I'm going to last more than 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to tell some of my colleagues that are not members of the NSCA, and I tell them, I said, here's what I get from the whole thing. It's being able to, if I think something is wrong, I can voice that, of course, professionally. Yeah. But I can voice that. I can call somebody. I can call Eric. I can call. Yeah. I can call whoever's and say, hey, look, I'm not sure we're doing this way.
And let's go down that rabbit hole for just a minute.
Yeah.
That if you think that something needs to change in the profession, the NSCA has got, I think it's something like 60 employees and 35,000 people that have been certified or members. How do you think stuff's going to get done from 60 people? This is a volunteer-led organization, volunteer-ran organization.
Right.
So if you got a problem, this is the place to come to learn how to fix it.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm with you all the way. Look, I know you got things to do. I don't want to keep you too long.
Appreciate
you. Maybe I'll give you a call sometime or catch you. Or if you remember, just shoot me a text.
Yeah.
And we'll get you on the podcast and have a longer talk for some of our younger viewers.
Sounds good.
That I think need it.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to get a hold of me, it's super easy. J Brian Mann is my socials on all of them. I can't, and that's even my email at Texas A&M. J Brian Mann at tamu.edu.
He said on all of them.
That's it, man. I've had too many concussions that can make it complex. So. Thank you for the opportunity here, Yul.
And no problem. I appreciate you stopping by.
My pleasure.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, you heard right there. That's J. Brian Mann. He's at Texas A&M. We're talking about this profession and this particular conference this year. So that's what we want to know from you. That's what we hear from you. And just stand by for more. Oh, let's continue to talk about the Walkabout series. Okay, the Walkabout series came about because we wanted to get out in the different professions that are important to performance. Now we have strength conditioning specialists here today, and this weekend, but we're planning on going to the sports psychology convention, the nutritionist convention, the athletic trainers convention, and physical therapists or physios, as they're often called right now. So, yeah, that's one of the things that we're doing today and tomorrow, along with walking around and and meeting up with people and talking to people that have, some have been on the show, some have not, but that's what we're going to do. And so we're going to appreciate that. So as we if you stick around with us live, okay, just be patient as people walk around and walk in and out, and I get somebody to come on over and sit down and talk with us. Again, if you want to go onto one of our social media platforms and ask questions, I'll try to see if we can't get it figured out to where we can pull some from there and have you get your questions answered. But in the meantime, stick around as we do what we're doing. All right. So later on today, what we're going to be doing is walking around as well, and maybe stopping by some of the vendors to have a little chat with them and to see what we got going on. This is one of those things that, what we want to do is give you a feel for what's going on. We're sitting here in the members area right now because it's the best place for us to be set up, and it's the best place for us to do the things that we're doing. So yeah, we're going to continue to do that, and I will try to catch people. I'll ambush them without being the creepy guy out here. Don't want to do that, definitely, but we definitely want to get some more folks in here, and we should be able to do that here pretty shortly. It's there's a lot of people, and we're still in the morning, and people are kind of cruising by, taking their time, and so I want everybody to enjoy the conference without having to feel like they are the victims of some guy just out here doing whatever. What we want to do is continue to find a diverse group of people, as diverse as possible, to tell you about how they feel about the conference. So hopefully you can hear me, and we're not taking this off too far, but yeah. So everything should be pretty good. Where are we, Coach? You want to come talk to us? Come on, man. Come on, Coach. Come on, Coach. Everybody wants to hear from everybody.
I've done these things before.
That's all right. Come on, man. They're hearing from you. That's all right. We're hearing from everybody, man. Come on. You're the first person I'm having to convince. Don't let my record go bad.
But if you knew who I was, people would be laughing at you trying to convince me.
No. Well, then come on over here and tell us who you are.
I'm not having I have to do this later on by force. Anyway.
By force, they're making you do it. So who are you, Coach Stevenson?
I am somebody that's been around a long time.
Man, I bet I've been around just as long as you have.
And so, I used to work for the NSCA.
Okay.
And I created the whole NSCA.
Yeah. So why don't I want to talk to you, man?
Everybody's gonna hear from me tonight. Tomorrow.
Oh. Okay, so let me do this. Let me give you my card. All right. I'm gonna give you my card. I run the podcast here, Performance Talk. We've had Eric, we've had Scott, we've had several other guys from the NSCA on, and former people that used to work here. That's my personal card, not from the podcast, but that's got my number on it, and I know I've seen you. We might even be connected on LinkedIn.
Maybe, yeah.
I wait till I see the last name, but it's hard to see. I can't see anyway. You see, I got.
Yeah.
But I seen Mark, but I said that's not the Mark I think it is. And I seen Stevenson. I said, maybe so. So I'm not gonna force you to come over here and sit next to me, but I might come and listen to you later on tonight. You might see me over there with my phone like this, like I'm at a concert, man. Come on.
Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
We'd be glad to have you. We'd be glad to have you.
You have Brian, so that's a big one there. So.
Well,
I don't know what I have to offer.
Well, I promise you, you got plenty to offer. Your own perspective is not the same as his. I promise you that.
Maybe I'll stop
Yeah, there's no specific questions. We like to say we're professionals talking to professionals, and it's all about the backyard barbecue. We're not here to, I'm not smart enough to try to ambush anybody. So,
I wasn't worried about that.
so we're not doing that. And then other than that, it's just there's a lot of folks out there, man, that don't know about this stuff. So I'm gonna let you be off the camera today, but I got your audio.
I want to hear what Brian did.
And I appreciate that. He came through and he did good. Coming through. Yeah.
Maybe I'll tomorrow.
Well, if you do or you don't, it was nice talking to you and actually getting to meet you.
I'll talk to you.
All right.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Well, that was Mark Stevenson, and I knew I recognized his name from the TSAC stuff long ago. Well, not too long ago, but back in 2016. I'll bring up some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about with that when he's on the show. I'm not going to try to ambush him, like I said. Well, we are here just to talk to professionals. And, he's a modest guy, and he's a humble guy, but he is someone you want to hear from. He is someone you want to talk to, especially if you're in the tactical realm and you're training or working with first responders and folks like that. This is a guy you want to know about. So I will look forward to having him come on and talk about those kind of things. And continue with that. So we are moving right along here. I will try to stop one or two other people before we go on the actual walkabout portion of this. This should be pretty good. Hey, man, you got about 2 minutes? Dustin, right here.
What's going on?
If it's a Performance Talk podcast, we're doing what we call the Walkabout series.
Okay.
Where we go to different conferences and that have to do with this profession.
Sure.
And talk to professionals.
Excellent.
So, tell the audience who you are.
Sure.
What you're doing here, and what this kind of conference means to you.
Sure. So, name's Dustin Steiter. I'm the director of sports performance at Chicago State University.
All right.
D1 school in Chicago, just like it sounds. And yeah, so working on some professional development here, trying to improve myself. Yeah, have a few credentials and trying to make them a little better.
There you go. So when this your first experience here?
Second one. My first national conference was last year in New Orleans.
Okay, so tell us what you think about the difference between 1 and 2.
Really? Yeah, Las Vegas is a wild spot.
You didn't have to say that.
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, New Orleans has its own brand of wild.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania, so seeing this the first time in Las Vegas, it's a big deal. Yeah. So it's.
I grew up small town Missouri, so
okay.
My first time when I came over here many moons ago, I was like, and it's the crowd, man. I mean, it's always. They say New York is a city that never sleeps, boy, but I think they don't sleep for weeks around here sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to why we're here.
For sure. Yeah. Just from the conference last year, this year, I mean the venue is a lot bigger and a little more expansive,
right?
But a lot of the same kind of not same in a bad way, but like the same level, same caliber of information that we're getting, but just the venue is much more expansive than it was last year.
Oh man, I would prefer a little smaller venue. I live in Texas now, and they do some of the stuff in Texas with the tacticals and the coaches conventions, and those are great venues, but they're also they're intimate in a way that gets you to know. You see everybody the whole time you're there.
Right.
When you're here, it's like
everyone kind of goes and comes back and goes. Yeah.
But look, I don't want to. I meant to ambush you, but I don't want to keep you.
No, we're just milling around, seeing what there is to see.
We want to get a variety of people on. I'm going to give you that.
Wonderful.
That's my contact.
Perfect.
You can find my name on LinkedIn or wherever.
Yeah, I'll show you a connection.
Yeah, shoot me a connection, and we'd like to have you on the podcast sometime.
Sure. Yeah,
just to talk more in depth about, developing a a strength conditioning program and trying to get that ready.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. How you got to the directorship from where you started.
Yep.
But that's not for this time.
Sure.
That's for another time.
Yeah.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Good to meet you. Yeah.
All right.
If you can't be good, be careful.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our next person. These things aren't real long. These intros aren't real long. We love being here. We love doing this stuff for our live audience. So we're on another in-betweener. So yeah, just stay with us if you will, while I crunch through some of these mints. And we'll continue to work through things. What I'm looking at right now is folks are just, hanging out. And they're people just kind of have their own schedules here. It's like any other conference. But the great thing is not having to stick to a schedule. And you can kind of mill around and go around and see the stuff. What I like to see, and it's what is great to see, is all of the all of the younger participants at this conference. When they're here, we get to see what the future of the profession and those kind of things. And we're going to talk to some more folks, like we did with the last young man, about the future that he's building in the schools and that kind of thing. So yeah, we are keeping it going. And if I can get Big House over here, but he's not turning around. He looks like he's just drifting around, Joe. But that's all right. Hopefully we'll get to catch him later on. So just bear with me here a little bit. Bear with us if you're live with us. Of course, if you're partaking of the recording, you won't have to worry about that. But live is a little different. There's nobody in front of the screen, and we're not out walking around right now. So it's a little different. But hopefully we can get somebody else coming through here. I don't want to disturb people or get in the way of folks, but I do want to try to get a variety of people. What time we got here? It is. We've been going for about 30 minutes, and we've got a nice start. So I'm looking forward to everybody stopping in and seeing what we got going on. All right, continuing on. I do need to see if I can't get one of the young ladies that are professionals that are walking around here that'll stop by. We want to make sure that we're encouraging our female friends as well and doing that kind of thing. So I want to make sure we get Mark Stevens. So I'm just taking a few notes here of folks we'd like to talk to. Hopefully we can get to them. But it's no pressure for anybody. We're not really feeling a lot of pressure for this thing. We're just trying to keep it going. Maybe at some point we get to talk to other guys. So possibly we can get someone over here. Okay, so you can't walk by me like 9 times and not sit down and.
What? I'm just going back to that.
Just jump on up here.
Oh my gosh.
About 3 minutes.
Okay. What are we talking about?
We're talking about you.
Okay.
So this is part of a podcast.
Okay.
Performance Talk, of course.
Yep.
My name is Yul Gordon. My partner is Chris Costa. What we want to know in this series that we're doing, is what this conference and conferences like it mean for you as a professional. You got to tell us your name first, how you got here, and all that stuff.
All right. My name is Dr. Vanessa Moreno.
Okay.
I am an academic and a strength coach. My husband also is a strength coach, so we are been sticking through it all.
Okay. Where is he?
He is at home with the kids.
Oh, I see. But you can't always both go.
No, not all the time.
Nope, I know how that dream is.
We try. We switch off.
Yeah, I know how that dream is. So.
Yep.
But anyway, so you have been at this for how long?
About 12 years now.
Okay. And you are doing what now?
I am an assistant professor at Concordia.
Yeah, I know you said that, but I'm old, so
You're good.
You're
all good.
Don't worry about that. So, when you come to these kind of conferences, what is it you want to take away from them?
What I can't get online anymore.
Okay.
Everything's in social media, right? Everything is at our fingertips, but we also forget that this field is very much one-on-one or group training or working with athletes, and you can't do that over the internet.
It's all about people, isn't it?
It's all about people, and I think this is what it's so great to come to the national conference, is that we get to talk to people that, one, are like-minded, but also get new tips and new ways of coaching and be in it together rather than just being on it solo.
Well, I will tell you that having been coming to these things for ages, I've been at strength and conditioning for 30 plus years. And it's always good when like-minded people get together and you talk about it and you go, I didn't even really think of that.
Right.
Or why did I forget that? A lot of times for me now, it's like, I forgot all about that. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to take up a bunch of your time. Just a variety of professionals, and you walked by me 3 times. I said she is not going to get by the 4th time. But as an academic, we would like to have you on the podcast. Believe it or not. There's my card.
Okay.
If you can find me on LinkedIn, that's my personal card.
Okay.
You can find me on LinkedIn. Please shoot a connect, and when you do, I'll probably ask you right then because I'll remember. I need those little clues because that's what old people. That's what old people need.
You're good.
But I appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
And thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Talk soon.
All right. Yep. So. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here at the National Conference, and we're live. And since we're already here, this conversation back here, no, we don't really. I'm just teasing. When you guys get done, you want to stop by?
What for? What?
It's we're podcast, and you're already live. And just to introduce yourself and say hey and what the conference means to you, and keep it moving. Up to you.
Hi, I'm an attendee that has an opinion. No,
That
I'm good.
Look.
Wonderful day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Anyone watching?
So with that said, let's just keep on talking about why we're here. Why we are here is to meet new people, and so, we're not here to apply any pressure to anyone or to anything like that. It's not a have to, it's a like to. It's and what we want to do is make people comfortable and make people feel like that they are ready to share. So when they're ready, we'll be ready. So. Okay, we are struggling a little bit on the recording side, so you see me pause real quick. I don't mean to do that on purpose, but just bear with us. We are at a hotel venue, so you know how those connections go when you need internet, but that's okay. And we are here to talk about performance performance coaching, and those things related to that. So with that said, let's continue to try to find someone that is willing to say a few words. So we're gonna, as we're walking, as we're talking here, um, we're gonna just let you kind of to look at people as they come in and out. And this really is when you'll see during our walk around period that there is a wide variety of people here, and there's a lot of people here, and there's a lot to do. So be patient. That's why we're going to spend a couple hours here and not just a couple of minutes. If you're live with us, you get to enjoy the pace and the variety of people on the recording. We'll try to bring that to you as much as possible. But if you look for the recordings on YouTube, Performance Talk on YouTube, and on our podcast, you might see those with a little bit of extra content. Again, what we're here to do today is talk to some of these professionals and get an idea of what the profession means to them, why they come to it, and why they think it's important. Oh, I was going to talk, but I didn't really want to interrupt her right there. So there we are. Okay, so we're still live here at Las Vegas Caesars Palace. Again, we're live at Las Vegas Caesars Palace, and we're talking to professionals about the profession of strength and conditioning, and also some of the people that organize these things and do these kind of things. And we're talking to them as well, because they're also important to the process. So as we continue to gather people around to have this conversation, we hope that you stick with us, keep us in the background, and we'll just kind of keep it going. Okay. If hopefully I can catch the coach when he comes back by. I don't like to ambush him too early. I like to make sure that there are, meaningful seconds that they can spend, and that they want to be here. So it becomes one of those things where we're just happy that we get an opportunity to get here and do those things. So the members area is a great place to do it. We didn't publicize it a lot, so I've talked to several people yesterday about coming over. Hey, Coach, you mind? No, he's ready to go. Yeah, he looks like he's already doing something. So I'm not only asked once because I don't want to be a pest. Although I don't mind being a pest. So we don't know what these guys are doing. So what's going on here? See if they're willing to be on this podcast or not, or maybe so. But we'll ask. See if I can get somebody's attention. Jeffrey, you guys want to say a few words on the podcast?
Yeah, why not?
Come on over.
All right.
Look, she's going, ow.
She actually wants to.
Come on. Come.
I got it. So how you
Come
doing?
on, guys. Don't be shy. Come on. My name's Yul Gordon. The Performance Talk is the podcast. You can squeeze in on this side, and you can come over here. What I have is a group of young folks. I tend to get some older guys around a lot of times because I'm old. But Hey, tell us why you guys came to the conference this year and what it means to you. First, you got to tell me your name.
All right.
Or tell the audience your name.
My name is Jeffrey Clementi. This is my first time at the NSCA National Conference.
Well, welcome.
So thank you very much for having me. But I wanted to come just because I wanted to be around like-minded folks. I wanted to learn a little bit more, listen to some great presentations, and have some fun.
There you go. Well, all of those things can be had here.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself short. You got something to offer too. So that's why I'm inviting everybody over.
I appreciate it.
My name is Maurice Bacheva. I'm doing a doctorate that's in physiology, so this is a little bit outside my wheelhouse, but I wanted to keep up with the new research, and this is my first time attending this conference specifically, and I thought it would be a good opportunity.
Okay, so Performance Talk is about all the professions that have to do with performance, to include the academic professions, the medical professions, the nutrition and all those guys, and the psychological professions. So we talk to professionals from across the globe. Okay, so Performance Talk, remember that, I keep saying it. I haven't forgotten you. Anthony, right?
Yeah.
All right, I haven't forgotten you. Go.
Yeah. My name's Anthony Penzone. I'm also doing my PhD in exercise physiology.
Okay.
I mean, I like coming to conferences to present research, but also do some networking, talk to people with similar research interests, bounce off ideas off them. I really enjoy that part of the field.
See, you guys, you shouldn't have been shy. You got a lot to offer here.
This is great.
Okay, so we're on the podcast Performance Talk. You have been live, and we're recording it as well.
Awesome.
And hopefully we know enough about what we're doing that everything comes out well, and it'll be reserved for ever and ever, and you'll be on the camera forever and ever.
I love it. That's great.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to keep you. I appreciate
Thank you so much.
by.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep. All right, that was a group of young people that stopped by and talked to us for a few minutes. That's always great because it's their first time. It's their first time at the conference, and it's really one of those things where, getting to see the first timers come in and sit down and do this is exciting for me because everybody seems like they got something they know. So appreciation for what the younger crew is and the youngsters are bringing to the professions. And we had 2 doctoral students and one young professional all at their first conference. And you can tell they're kind of excited, and that's good. We need that excitement, we need that growth, and we need that youth in the profession. So as we move along, we look around and we see if we can find some other folks. I one of the things that we try not to do is be intrusive. So we don't. We're really not going to intrude on people, but we're going to ask if they seem, if they glance at us like they're interested, or if I can get their attention. In the meantime, this is Performance Talk with Yule Gordon. My partner Chris Costa couldn't make it this time, but I'm sure that he's at the house, doing the things that he needs to do to take care of business. So in the meantime, what we want to do is continue to go on. Again, Performance Talk, Walkabout series. We're going to continue to do this until we can fill it up. So that's what we're planning to do. So we're live again from Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace. This is Performance Talk with Yule Gordon and Chris Costa. The fun part of this is getting some young faces in here and getting some young folks in here with a mix of our veterans and our old head strength coaches that have been around for a while. This has been it's been something that I hope we can continue in the future. A lot of things are going to depend on that, but so far this is pretty good, and it's I think it's going to be a win-win. We'll get better at the live part of it in the future, I'm sure. Right now, like I said, it's just me got this going on, and that's it. Excuse me, Coach. Come on over. Have a seat.
Thank you.
So, Coach, my name is Yul Gordon. Podcast is Performance Talk. We talk about all things performance.
Wow.
And what we're here to do today is kind of see who came to the conference, what the conference means to them, and why you think it's important. So, if you will, tell the audience who you are and fire away.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name's.
There you go. You're fine.
So my name's Vinay. I'm a graduate kinesiology student at University of Florida. I work as a sports science intern with my university's football team, and back home in India, I work with health and wellness professionals in upskilling the industry. This conference has meant something. It has got me a wonderful professional network to meet and get to know working professionals in the industry. And apart from that, something else that has really helped me out over here over the past few days was that I was just able to get to see what are the latest trends in the industry, especially with regards to research. Here, and I'm about to graduate in a few more months, and I'm I don't know what I'm going to do with my life after I graduate. So I need to get into. I was planning on getting into higher education, and seeing what most of the PhD and the grad students are currently researching on is giving me a sense of direction as to what I want to get into. And another thing that I really appreciate is that NSCA has an educator SIG, special interest group for people who are interested in teaching, and that's something that really motivates me. So I was able to attend a keynote this morning about how what are the trends in creating quality educational materials. And that's something that I really appreciated.
Well, so this conference, you were working this conference like a champion. But that's what these things are for, man. And I appreciate hearing that from somebody at your level. And I'll give you a little tip as an old guy out here, which I don't do a lot, but I do some. When you see old guys out here, those guys got a wealth of knowledge. If you can get somebody's attention, spend 3 or 4 minutes with them. You bring your cards with you?
Yeah, I've been networking as much as I can.
Do as much as you can, because you never know when something might pop up that you could use. And that's what these things are more about than anything. But hey, listen, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good to meet you. And it's Performance Talk. That's the podcast. A lot of the folks that are speaking here and that are walking around here have been on the show. So so stop in and have a listen.
Definitely.
It's really informal, but you can get some professional nuggets out of there.
Absolutely.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
All right,
It was
no
nice
problem.
To meet you. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Again, Performance Talk with Yul Gordon and Chris Costa. I am just sitting here waiting for the next person that's willing to stop and have a conversation with us about this profession, but more importantly about themselves, what they're doing, and why they're here and how they're here. So stay tuned as we continue to go through and discuss, those types of things. What we're going to do is later on, what you can expect is me to be walking around, having a little conversation with just like you would in a anywhere else when you're touring something, but having a little conversation with folks about certain kinds of things, and then we'll just kind of move on like that. So, staying set up and being able to walk around and do that, that's great. Maybe maybe in the future, one of the ideas that I'm thinking of right now while we're here is to have someone who walks around with us is strictly camera mic guy. And I think some young person that came on this on this adventure would appreciate that for 3 hours each day. But yeah, that's thinking out loud. But if you got some ideas of what you think after you see this whole thing and everything goes around, let us know. Stop by Performance Talk with Yul Gordon and Chris Costa on any social media platform, and tell us what you're thinking, good or bad. We know we're not perfect, and I absolutely know that this is a first attempt at this. So what we're trying to do is just, get an attempt in, and then we can learn from our mistakes or from what we did well. Again, we didn't do a lot of publishing, but or I'm sorry, a lot of promotion on this because it's kind of our inaugural run of trying to make things happen. So, Performance Talk with Will Gordon and Chris Costa. Just going to kind of keep everything running while we're waiting. We're at a natural pause in these kind of things, so bear with us, and we're not necessarily moving around right now, but um, later on we'll be moving around a little bit more. But this is just to see, um, to give you an idea and let a few people come and talk and give you an idea about how these things go and who's here. Let you know who's here. It's an outstanding collection of professionals, and I really do wish that more would stop by. So that's the part that I'm looking forward to. So okay, we'll see if we can catch up with a couple people. Yes. Well, missed that opportunity. So hopefully we get a chance to catch him before he goes. But it is, hey coach, how you doing, man? You want to stop by and spend a couple of minutes with us?
One second. Can I grab some ribbons?
Oh, you good? Get your ribbons. Get your ribbons. I thought you was done, or I wouldn't have cut you off right there. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it's Performance Talk with Yul Gordon and Chris Costa. We are awaiting our next guest. We'll let him introduce himself, but I'm gonna talk to him here real quick. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. How are y'all?
We are just fine. This is Performance Talk. We are a podcast. The NSCA let us in this year to sit down and broadcast. We're live and recording.
Okay.
But what we're doing is we're checking out everybody that's at the conference. We're talking to professionals about why they think the conference is important and what it means to them. So, if you will, for the audience, introduce yourself, where you're from, and that kind of thing, and then let's get into it a little bit.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm Dr. Quincy Johnson. I'm a professor at the University of Kansas. I have my PhD, Health Human Performance from Oklahoma State University, Master's in Health Human Performance, Oklahoma State University. I did my undergrad at Midland University. So my background is in strength conditioning, sports science. Over the last few years, I've really just focused on developing the most robust and resilient athletes from youth all the way up to Olympic level of sport.
Okay, well, hey, we're glad to have you on because it's a unique perspective about where you're at with your career and your life. And don't tell nobody, but I'm Dr. Gordon. And so I just try to stay
Nice
off.
to meet you.
I just try to stay off on the side.
Yes, sir.
But what I really appreciate about you stepping up is that you're on the academic side,
Right.
And that's not always a visible thing to people in this profession.
Right.
But also, I talk a lot to the NSCA and other places about diversity in this profession,
Right.
and diversity in academics in this profession. You know, you just covered all my bases,
Right.
so I don't have to jump on there and try so hard.
Right.
But I appreciate all of that, man. And look, like I said, I don't want to take up everybody's time, but this is my card.
Okay.
This is me. I'd like to have you on the show.
Yes, sir.
So if you hit me up on in LinkedIn, any of the social media,
Okay.
or you can find Performance Talk, or if you all that fails, just hit my number.
Okay.
And then we'll get together and see if we can get you scheduled.
Yeah.
And I'd like to dive in a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
And
That
see what we
sounds
got
good.
going on. I'm from Missouri, man.
Okay. You're just right there.
Yeah. Right across the street.
Yes, sir.
But no, that's where I'm from. I'm living in Texas now.
Okay.
Because one of them winters up there got me. And I rolled out.
You rolled out. Committed to the warmer weather. Yep.
I did. Hey, but I appreciate you for stopping by, man.
Thank you.
Let you get back to what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. You don't think you're giving away back there in the background, do you?
Oh, sorry.
Come on. Now you have to get on the show.
Oh, the show.
The show.
And with marketing, I do have the interview with somebody at 11:30.
That's all right. It's not good. It's not. It's about 3 minutes.
Okay. I've got 3 minutes for you.
All right. So we are here with a professional from the field.
I'm supposed to interview. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, you better go. Well, hey, you got to come back, though.
I do.
All right. So I'm going to watch an interview. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry if we're in your
No, you're fine. You can be in the shot. That's important. Gina, I get to get you instead now.
Oh, yeah?
I saw you when you came in. I said, well, she's not going to get away. But, so you got a couple minutes?
Sure.
So slide on up on the seat so you can get in the camera. People are watching you live.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So there you are there. We are Performance Talk, right? We're a podcast. And all we do is talk about the fields of performance.
Okay.
So we've been talking to coaches and administrators and everybody today about the conference. This is called a walkabout series for our podcast.
Okay.
We go to separate conferences and try to give people a feel for it and for the people that are there. So that's your cue where you get to introduce yourself. Tell us what you're doing here, why you're here.
My name is Gina Nevels. I teach. I'm an instructor at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
Okay.
Primary goal is to learn more things about that research that's going on in our field, and to get some information while I'm here on what our program needs to do to make sure we're accredited when the time comes.
So you're building
students,
the program? Are you part of that build, or?
I'm part of the kinesiology department, exercise science track at our school. So gathering more information on that.
Okay, so you're scouting.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, that's great. One of the things about this profession that we're all in, whether on the academic side, coaching side, or whatever it is all the people.
Sure.
I mean, there's a mountain of people here.
Yeah.
And then what surprised me when I was probably your age, see, I'm old now, but way back when, what surprised me were the number of academics that were here.
Sure. Yeah.
I was like, wow, all these smart people here. I need to leave. But
definitely growing.
But so for you, this conference means several things, is what I'm hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the most important?
Probably the biggest thing that we have on the list to work on is getting our program accredited.
Okay.
So learning what all the things are to check off to make sure that happens.
You've been able to find some of that since you've been here?
Well, I'm just getting started
Just
today.
getting started? Oh, you just got here today?
Later last night.
Late last night, yeah. I took that early flight at 3 o'clock. Well, I got up at 3. Well, anyway, that's a whole other story. That's why I'm over here nodding and bobbing.
Yeah.
If you see me under the chair in a little while, you know why. We are here again. Gina, last name?
Nevels.
Gina Nevels, live and in living color.
Cool.
And thank you for stopping by.
No problem.
Okay. Look, here's what we're gonna do, Gina.
Yeah.
People can still hear us, but we're live, so I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you that card.
Okay.
So contact me sometime. And we'll see if we can get you on the full podcast.
Okay.
Just to talk about development of that program and some of the people
You
involved.
want me to give you the cliff notes of it, huh?
This is the whole thing, you know. All right, I appreciate you stopping by.
All right.
Again, this is Performance Talk with Yul Gordon and Chris Costa. We're at the National Convention for the National Strength Conditioning Association. What we are trying to do is just give people a feel for what we got going on here. And this will be, you're seeing it live. Some of you are seeing it live, but we're recording, and when we put the recording out, you'll see a combination of that and the walk around that we do and the whole thing once it's put together. What you're seeing is the live process of collecting all these films for this series, and then we'll let you know when it's going to be out and up on the internet. It'll probably be in 2 or 3 parts, depending on how much content we get, but it should be a great little series. And so far, we've had great interviews with super people, and that's been an outstanding circumstance. So all the way around, we're gonna have. Let's see if here's what's gonna happen if they get ready to do another talk in here. What I'm gonna do is shut it down, shut the live portion down, but we'll come back live after that's done, and we'll pause the recording. Okay. I'm talking too much on here, but just so you know, I don't want you to have to sit through, a situation where you're not comfortable. So what time is it? It's 12:33. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break, and we'll be back shortly. Live, I'm going to keep you running. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Performance Talk, and we're back live. We're back live with ourselves, and what we're talking about today is the National Convention. And with that convention, with the convention being held by the National Strength and Conditioning Association, we've talked to several professionals this morning. We hope to do several more this afternoon. And then we will continue with other professionals tomorrow. It's been a good day so far. You can hear all the hubbub going on in the background. This has been a great venue and a great and a great situation for the whole thing. Again, this is Performance Talk, and we're here at the National Convention for the National Strength Conditioning Association. Okay, well, I don't like to ambush people, but we'll see who comes in next, and we'll try to see if they want to take a minute to talk to us.
All right. Yes, I got your check. All right.
All right. So I'm going to see if I can't get that gentleman over here in a few minutes, because we have had a conversation online. I'd like to speak with him here. So we will see what we can do. Okay, so here we go. As I'm scanning, looking for someone, and we will just continue to talk about what we're doing here. And what we're doing here is the National Strength Conditioning Association's annual convention on the national level, where you will see all kinds of professionals at all levels, from all walks of life, and in all professions, dealing with what we got going on. So, no issues, no problems.
Yeah.
Come on
How's
in
it
here,
going?
man. It's going all right, because you might as well sit down, because you're already live.
I know. I just can't. I can't. I'm too busy.
So there he is right there. I know you're all kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
He's just stopping in. Scott's stopping in to see us. He's going to be hopefully in and out. We've seen him go by a couple times already.
Yeah.
But it's been a good morning.
Yeah.
It's been a good morning, and we appreciate you letting us be here, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm just triple checking. I mean, we have to. Can't have it like. Can't.
No, we're almost done.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Just because it gets super busy in here, especially this afternoon.
Yep. We plan on just
A little bit longer, maybe. Or...
Yeah, we're talking about what time is it?
12:15, I think. Yeah.
1:15. Is that what it is? No,
well,
we're talking about.
Pacific time, 12:15. So.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the wrong time. So we're probably 30 minutes.
That sounds good.
Yep. So we will be gone here in about 30 minutes. Well, let me see if I can catch a couple more people, and then we'll put this thing together. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow. So we're here 10 to 12. Yeah. So that'll work out pretty good. That makes it perfect for me. Then we can walk around a little bit. So it's going to get. They got some things scheduled in here, but that's okay. I mean, we are happy and we appreciate them letting us horn in on the festivities and the activities. We've had some good, solid talks, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll see. What else do we have? So it is currently time. No. We're gonna probably get one or two, and then we're almost done. So just checking in. Again, the walkabout series. This is a test, and we're going from there, and we will next year see about raising our own. See if we can put our own booth in here with that kind of stuff. So that would be great. We walk around, and we're going to have some folks come in the morning, and we should be in good shape. Right? Okay. So yeah, outstanding. Yep, we've had several. Yep. All right, that's been our live coverage today. We're going to go ahead and shut that down. But we'll let you know how everything goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. This is Performance Talk. We're on the Walkabout Series at the National Conference for the NSCA. That's National Strength Conditioning Association. I'm going to let this young man next to me introduce himself and tell you about what he does. And we're going to pose the question we pose to everybody is, why is this conference important for the profession and the individual profession?
I like it. All right. Well, good deal. My name's Alex. I'm the sales director for Iron Neck in Austin, Texas. We're basically a 4-in-1 neck strengthening piece of equipment that goes around to the top of the head. So we deal with everything from mobility. We're talking about injury prevention. We're talking about building strength as well, too, and for performance as well. So when we're talking about, why NSCA, I think this is something that's vital for the community overall, right? It's a great opportunity for individuals to come together to really build upon one another and be able to take what they're learning here and to be able to take it back into the community and be able to take those lessons and continue on and continue to pass them on through everybody else as well.
Well, that's great stuff. So how many of these have you done yourself? How many of these conferences?
Great question. So I've done 3 conferences myself, the CSCCA, the NATA, and then this one here, the NSCA.
So you're covering all the areas of performance.
Correct.
And trying to get around that. This is what our podcast is about. So we'd like to touch base with you probably later on, come by your booth.
Yes, for sure.
And check you out maybe later on this afternoon or tomorrow morning or something.
Sounds great.
And but we promise not to keep anybody too long at this thing. Let you get something to eat and do that. But we really appreciate you.
Appreciate it as well. Thank you so much.
Stop in and talk to us anytime when you see us.
Awesome. Appreciate it so much. Thank you, everybody. All right, take care.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live with Performance Talk, and I am set up this morning and ready to go. We have our first guest to stop by and talk to us a little bit today. So I'm going to have her come right on in here and have a seat and tell the audience and the listeners who you are.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Sarah Terrell, and I am currently an exercise science program director and associate professor of exercise science at Florida Southern College. Here with the NSCA, obviously for our NatCon, I'm involved with our women's committee, and so I'll be running a session today with our women's committee. So that's also some of the things that I'll be doing here, along with attending all the great sessions that are going on.
Okay, we're still here. We got a couple of minutes. Let's see if we can't grab somebody to talk to here. My name is Yul Gordon. I am here with the National Strength and Conditioning Association Strength and Conditioning National Conference. Just to sit down here and chat with professionals a couple of minutes at a time and see what everybody thinks about the conference and the importance of the conference and those kind of things. So what I'd like to do right now is just kind of keep everybody up to date on what we're doing. We were here yesterday. And we're here today. We're, of course, at the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, with the Walkabout Series, National Strength and Conditioning Association. Coach, you got a couple minutes?
Sure.
Tried to catch you yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay.
I missed. Well, I was kind of all over the place. Slide yourself over here just a little bit. You are. Let me do this. We are live right now, and we're also recording. But we are the Performance Talk podcast, and what we do, we're just interviewing professionals here at the conference and getting your take on two things. One, what this conference means for you. What does it mean for the profession? Wow. So that's I've been at it a minute, but I've never been in the institution.
Yeah.
I've always been on the private. But
I've been back and forth, tactical, pro, and a facility owner myself for 13 years. So
yeah, so you know all the ins and outs.
Right.
So talk to our audience about what this what a conference like this means to the profession.
Well, I'm been a big believer about developing the future of our industry, and I have, I've been around great coaches, I've been around good coaches, I've been around bad coaches, and I'm a big proponent of trying to increase our compensation. And we know that strength and conditioning, there's some Power 5 guys that make a lot of money, and there's some D1s but there's people who their positions require a master's degree and they're paying $40,000, they're paying $35,000. And I would like to educate the youth, the younger coaches. They're so grateful to have a job. They accept those jobs and they perpetuate the issues. So I like them coming here and seeing this is a professional. This isn't just something I do out of college. This is something we're going to continue on doing. and so that you need to get as good as possible about this. This is just about lifting weights. This is just about,
there you go. It goes beyond the weight room.
It's about performance and understanding and treating yourself like a professional. I do not like, Corey Schlesinger was talking about how you're a professional butler at pro level, and that's different. But for example, a physical therapist, an orthopedic surgeon, and even ATCs, you come to us, we have a professional demeanor, you have expectations.
Right.
You think the strength coach is going to drop everything for you at any moment of time to work with you, and there's this expectation, and we're so, because I think a lot of us are people pleasers in the first place.
Right.
We want to help. We make it worse, and then all of a sudden, then your boundaries are pushed. Your schedule's maxed out.
You're not sleeping. You're not eating.
You're not training yourself.
Right.
Like I make it a priority. I was there my first couple of months at this institution, getting things set up, and I started making myself a priority, and that affects how I be a coach. So
Right.
I've actually reinvested in and I actually put these. I send a staff-wide email. I go, listen, this is my workout time. I am not going to deviate from these times.
Right.
If this is my train time, don't ask me to coach your team at that time. I have more than enough time availability throughout the day, and this is what I'm going to do. And my AD goes, "Are you sure you want?" I'm like, absolutely. This is my boundaries, and I would love coaches to do the same thing. Hey, you take care of yourself. Like I beg and plead with the coaches to take care. I do try to do staff wellness too, because I know if they see the value in it, then they build more value. In it.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man. And what I have to, because we don't have a 1,000 hours to discuss it right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my card.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And I would love to have you on the podcast.
I'd love to be there,
so that we can do 60 minutes with you.
Well, I can do more than that. You need me to.
Well, we probably will, but my production guy might get mad if I do more than 60 at a time. But we'd like to have you on and maybe have you come on as a, on a regular basis as you continue to. Do you say you're building the program there?
They hadn't had a strength coach for almost a year, so it's completely in disarray.
So you're rebuilding the program.
Rebuilding the program, yeah.
And that's something that happens to a lot of strength coaches.
Right.
They go into a job where there hasn't been a guy or a girl that nobody's been there for a while.
Yep.
Or they go in where that situation has been run by, God bless ATCs, love them, had the credential at one time myself. Yeah. But as a strength coach, you don't, when you go in there and the strength program has been run by the ATC.
It's more injury prevention than
performance. It's a whole different thing.
But luckily, I've been doing this for so long, and I already have, and this comes from my corporate fitness background, is that I have systems. I know how I'm going to intake an athlete, how I'm going to evaluate an athlete. This is my baseball phase. This is my football phase. This is my softball.
Yeah.
And my programs are already built. And luckily, I partner with Team Builder, so I have the workouts ready to go.
Okay.
And all I have to do is make.
Now, he's supposed to come over here. He's supposed to come over here later.
Amazing.
But I was going to ask you, what do you think about?
I have worked with Team Builder since 2016.
Outstanding.
And they have been nothing but fantastic to work with. They're constantly trying to evolve their product. They're trying to work with industry. There's a new velocity-based company called TrueRep out of Arkansas. A bunch of young kids developed, and they have a good product, but they weren't integrated with Team Builder. So I created a meeting, and I'm like, "Hey, you got to get involved with this because this is the Nike of program design and the strength and conditioning. If you don't get involved with them,
here's your chance.
Right, here's your chance." So.
But this is great, and like I said, I don't like to keep people at these things too long.
Yep.
But I love. I already know that we can have a conversation that could. And I'm in Texas.
Oh, you are in Texas?
I'm in New Braunfels.
Okay. So I'm only 7 months into Texas living because I'm from the Northwest. So.
Yeah. Well, it's hot, man, just like here.
Oh my God.
But I'll contact you.
Sounds good.
About being on the podcast, and this is hopefully we take this and we can grow the profession with guys like yourself. And
pleasure meeting you.
Things. You as well.
You too.
Hey, and the ink's good too. The ink's good too. Coach, you ain't gonna leave, are you? You gonna let me catch you, right? You got a couple minutes to sit down and talk to the people.
Oh wow, gosh. I'm not prepared. What's going on, Jared?
Okay. My name's Yul Gordon.
Okay.
The podcast is Performance Talk.
Oh wow.
We're live and recording today. And we're here just to talk to professionals about the profession.
Okay.
And then get your opinion on this conference.
Okay.
And those kind of things. But introduce yourself, and then
Am I looking here, or am I
you can look anywhere you want. It's two cameras.
Okay. Well, my name is Jared Nelson. I'm the Associate Director of Sports Performance at Boise State University.
At Boise State, the Blue Field.
Yes, sir. Yep. And I work with Olympic sports.
Okay.
Mainly with volleyball, beach volleyball, and track and field.
Okay.
Yeah. Been there since 2019, and it was my first full-time coaching job in any realm, whether that was
that's outstanding. What's your background as an athlete?
So high school. I didn't do college sports. Yeah.
What's your background as an athlete?
Track and field and football.
Okay.
Yeah, I threw back in the day.
Okay.
And actually, it's a funny story. So I was offensive, defensive lineman. I was a way bigger dude, back in high school. And then kind of my own little fitness journey, dropping weight kind of path led me to strength conditioning in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, once I took care of myself, I was like, okay, let's learn how to maybe apply that knowledge to other people.
It's funny how it works.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. It's listen, I stopped you, man, because I'm old, so I just assumed you were younger than me.
Yeah.
But I like to get everybody's perspective about this conference and what it means to you.
Okay. I would say that it's definitely a time when since I've been in the field for, say over 5, 6, 7 years,
right.
It's a good time for reflection of saying, hey, this is how far I've gone. These are the people that I've met along the route. And, I'm not the only one with a story like that.
Right.
And so it's kind of cool to come to places like this and listen to other people's story. Right. And that's the personal side. Obviously, there has a lot of continuing education opportunity of learning and wondering and wandering. But I definitely get a lot of value out of it from meeting people.
And sometimes it's hard to tell young professionals, and you're getting into the seasoned realm now, that you've been around for a while, but everybody's young to me.
Yeah.
but it's hard to tell young professionals, hey, show up for the conference. Be a member of the association. You know what? You can't complain if you're not part of it.
Yes, I hear that.
You know what I mean? Look, I promised you I wouldn't take a lot of your time. There's my card.
Yes, sir.
My company that's my company. This is mine and my partner's podcast, Performance Talk. That's my personal number on there.
Gotcha.
If you got any questions or anything like that, hit me on LinkedIn or social media or something.
Where are you based out of?
I'm in Texas. I'm in New Braunfels, Texas, between Austin and San Antonio. So I'm right there. But if I can answer a question, point you in a direction, I'd be more than happy to. And I might even call you to be on the podcast. What do you think about that?
I appreciate it.
All right. Great to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Thanks for stopping in.
Of course.
Well, I'm going to do this real quick, and I'll kind of guide you along as we go.
Oh, is this like a survey or something?
No, it's not a survey. Not even at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Performance Talk with Yul Gordon. I am here with Margaret Jones, a delegate and a fellow here, and I'm going to ask her one question today. And that question is, what is the benefit of these types of conferences to the profession of strength and conditioning?
Well, that's an awesome question. I don't know that I can give you a short answer, really. I'll try to I would say networking, learning best practices in the field, trends and current things, the exhibit hall, see what the new equipment is.
Right.
So all of those things. But I think the networking's probably put that first because I'd say that's probably the best.
Okay. Well, like I promised, I'd keep it short.
All right. Well,
and we thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Performance Talk. My name is Yul Gordon. We are here at the National Strength and Conditioning Association National Conference, and I'm going to let this young lady introduce herself.
Hey there, I am Heidi Campo. I am a strength coach, and I am the outbound president of the NSCA Strongman Special Interest Group.
So, tell us a little bit about these conferences and why they're important to the profession.
Absolutely. So I have had my NSCA certification since about 2016 now, and it has done more for my professional development than anything else. I've actually been in the industry since 2005. I started as a swim coach, and I first got certified with ACE. And that didn't do anything for me. As soon as I started coming to the NSCA, I started meeting people, and everybody here is so willing to get you connected with the right people. Everybody here is, this is the best place to be if you're trying to make connections that are going to grow your career, enhance your mind, your connections, and it's just, I guess it's an anabolic environment for your growth.
Well, that's a great way to state it, especially in this field. Like I promised when we first met, going to keep it under 90 seconds, so I'm not going to hold you here very long. Appreciate you stopping by, and very nice to meet you. I'm going to shake your hand out here.
All right.
Very nice to meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yul Gordon, and I'm back with Performance Talk. We're here at the National Conference for the NSCA. That's National Strength Conditioning Association. I'm talking with two young men. I'm going to introduce themselves. And Coach, if you want to go first.
I'm Dr. Rodney Gaines. I'm very happy. I just got hired back at my alumni school, Virginia Tech, as a professor and graduate coordinator, a graduate program director. And this NSCA had a lot to help me get to that position in my career by coming to the NSCA conferences. So this one has a more special feeling to it because I just got promoted, and I look back over the many years I came here, and NSCA has played a huge role in that.
It makes the grind worth it.
That's right.
There you go, Coach.
Yes, my name is Mike Rickett. I'm a personal trainer that has been part of this organization since 1989. It's been instrumental in getting me through the careers, through traveling, through teaching, through presentation. It's been phenomenal.
Well, gentlemen, like I said, I under 90 seconds, but I appreciate you stopping by. Coach, I'll let you know when that thing's moving again.
Okay.
But gentlemen, I appreciate you, and thanks for stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Performance Talk, and I'm here with somebody who doesn't really need an introduction, but we're going to let him introduce himself today, and we're going to talk about what this conference has been this year and what these kind of conferences mean in general. Coach?
Good. Lauren Lando here. I've been in the NFL, I've been in the private sector, I've been in this field for over 29 years. This conference this year, it's just like every year. You have a great blend of researchers, practitioners, lecturers. You have the people who are in the trenches in their given sector of the industry, all coming together, communicating, talking, agreeing, disagreeing, but having a great time getting to know each other, collaborating, and connecting. That's what these trips are all about.
Nothing like face-to-face, Coach. We appreciate you stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yul Gordon with Performance Talk, and I am talking with, I'm not going to introduce her. I'm going to let her introduce herself, although I know who you are. Once again, another professional at this conference that we want to talk to about what this conference means to them, what she's got going on, and from there, why these are important.
Yeah, my name is Andrea Hootie. I'm the Director of Sports Performance with UConn Women's Basketball. This conference and what it means to me, I've been coaching for 29 years, and I started my PhD. That's what I got going on. But what it really looking and listening to all the people here, you're standing on the shoulders of other giants. And it just is humbling to be here and to listen to all the knowledge that's out there and try to filter what you need. So I started my PhD at UConn and working with a bunch of different other departments to really tackle this issue of early sports specialization with elite athletes, because I think it's a huge topic right now, and I'm in the middle of it, and it's really hard to deal with, and it's really sad to see, because I was a young injured athlete, and now at this point I work with everybody who's been injured, and it's hard. It's really hard.
Like I promised you, we're gonna keep it under 90 seconds. But trust me, I appreciate you stopping by. We are connected on LinkedIn or whatever, and we passed information back and forth once or twice. However, I know you're paying with a PhD, so I'm not going to bother you to come on the show for the full length. yet, but I will bother you at some point.
All right.
All right. Hey, we appreciate you stopping by, and
Thank you.
good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with Dr. Kyle Byer. This is Yul Gordon once again with Performance Talk. I'm just running around catching professionals, or they're stopping me if they see me. And we're talking about whether or not the conference is going well, but more importantly, what the conference means to the profession as well as what they have going on. So, Dr. Byer, if you caught all that.
Yeah. I'll start with what the conference means to me.
Okay.
Forgive me, I've lost my voice here. That tells you how much fun it is. But it's all about bringing the community together. You have strength coaches, you have personal trainers, you have tactical, you have professors and educators and researchers. Everybody come together, sharing opinions, sharing thoughts, bridging the gap of ideas. That's what it's all about.
This is what it's about, right?
And there's no better place to do it than here, for sure.
Okay, so what do you have going on currently that you'd like to share?
I'm got a poster to go present in a little bit.
There you go.
Looking at some velocity-based training data, so I'll be over there doing that.
Well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time out to stop by and say hello, and for noticing me standing over here trying to catch up with people. We appreciate you.
No problem, Yul.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yul Gordon here with Performance Talk. I'm going to let this young lady introduce herself so that we can get to know her a little bit. But I will tell you a secret. She is all about NSCA TV. All right.
All right. So I'm Mary Claire Brennan. I am the Director of Sponsorships with the NSCA, but also created NSCA TV. So you're correct. Excited about both sponsorships and our TV channel.
So you've been involved with NSCA a long time?
About 9 years.
So tell us why these kind of conferences are important.
Oh my gosh. You know, I don't think there's any replacing the in-person discussions, the networking, the hallway conversations, the way you can advance your career. You know, I know they're hard to get to, they're expensive, but they are really worth it.
Okay, well, I made a promise that I wouldn't keep you very long, so I'm not going to hold you, but we have already exchanged cards.
Yep.
Please contact me. We can talk about some stuff.
Great, and tell everyone to check out NSCA TV. It's at nsca.tv or on the iOS app.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Yul Gordon. I'm back with Performance Talk, and I'm standing here with Coach, I'm going to try to say the last name.
Scott Solly.
Solly, okay. Coach Scott Solly. And Coach, tell us a little bit about why these kind of conferences are important, and give us your perspective knowing that you've been at this a minute.
Well, we have this great opportunity to get together and become a collective one. Doesn't happen very often. We're a very diverse set of people with lots of specialized talents. The thing that is so great is we can share those with one another.
Great.
Not only through the presentations, but afterwards we get to be collegial and talk with one another, and that's where we get the little nuggets. But I think it's probably one of the most invaluable things that we can do in our career. It's a real game changer for a lot of us.
Okay, that is Coach Scott Solly.
Yeah.
This is Performance Talk. My name is Yul Gordon. We'll be back in a short period with another great professional that's here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Performance Talk. I'm back again at the NSCA National Conference, and I'm speaking with Gina Kraft. Yeah, I can't see anything, Gina.
It's all good.
Yeah, so we're going to ask her today what she thinks about this year's conference and why these conferences are so important to not only the practitioner but the academic world.
Well, this year's conference I feel like has been very beneficial for me. I've made several good new networking connections.
Okay.
And been in several sessions where not only did I learn new things, but there were sessions that were specifically targeted at things that I needed to learn about.
Right.
So even though sometimes people think, oh, you're an educator, you already know everything. No.
Right.
There's way more that I need to learn, so I'm coming here trying to learn and improve my knowledge and skill sets, and so there's always more to learn, and these are a great way to do it.
Well, this is I appreciate you stopping by on the ambush and giving us a little bit of a insight to what goes on here and why you're here, and we appreciate your time. And as I promised, time's up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Yul Gordon with Performance Talk. We're here at the 2023 NSCA National Conference, and we're just talking to professionals as they walk by to get their take on how the conference is going, what the conference means to them, and a few other things. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. This is Yul Gordon with Performance Talk. I'm here with Coach Mark Ridgway. Coach, I've been asking professionals along the way here how they feel about this year's conference and why these kind of conferences are important. Your take?
Well, this is my first time at the national conference. I've been to some of the regional conferences, been pretty good. They're important, one, for just collecting anything that I feel like whenever we get together as professionals, we're able to meet, talk, share ideas, share our stories, see where we've been, where we're going, and then also, of course, making friends along the way, and people that you can lean back on later on in life.
Well, you know what, Coach? I appreciate you stopping by. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Mark Ridgway, and we're going to thank him for his time. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Performance Talk again with Yul Gordon, and we're here at the National Conference for the National Strength Conditioning Association. And what we're asking today is the importance of these types of conferences to different professionals and how they feel about this year's conference. So far, it's been a consensus that the conference has been a success, so more to follow.
It's a video. Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Performance Talk. My name is Yul Gordon. I am standing here with yet another professional that we're going to ask the question of the weekend. We would like to know, in your opinion and from your perspective, first what your name is and all that tell us that. But second, what does this conference do for you and mean to you?
My name is Kelly Brightwell, formerly Kelly Selman. If you look me up, that's my maiden name. I've not even been married for a couple years now, so now I'm known as Kelly Brightwell. But what this conference means to me is it's pretty emotionally provoking for me when I come to these conferences to see the camaraderie, the connections, and the relationships of all of these wonderful coaches, practitioners in the field. I know that sounds very, mushy-gushy, but that's really how I feel about connecting with all of these professionals and seeing their love for others and their servant leadership attitudes that they want to spread within their training sessions and to other people, other aspiring coaches that will be the future of our industry. One other thought is seeing the progression over the years and the history of strength and conditioning and where we've come from the very start with those big names, those heavy hitters in the field, to now all the research and the findings that we've discovered on how to train athletes.
Well, I'm going to immediately, like I did with this young lady off the camera, is I'm going to immediately give you a card and say that I'm going to be contacting you if you don't contact me to be on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
And right now, though, because it's less than 90 seconds, I'm going to thank you for stopping by and joining us on Performance Talk.
Thank you.
That's it for another episode of Performance Talk. Come back next time as Yul and Chris welcome their next guest to the show to discuss what's going on in performance. For sponsorship information, or if you would like to be part of the show, leave your inquiry at theperformancetalk@gmail.com. That's theperformancetalk@gmail.com. Be sure to check in for future episodes of Performance Talk.